Welcome to Buu Beans. Thanks for tuning in. Today, Buu back with another brand new video. Buu has watched a lot of tier lists, but Buu realized that Buu never made one. So today, we're gonna make a best Dragon Ball games tier list, according to Buu. Remember, this is just Buu's opinion, and Buu is not an expert on Dragon Ball games because you're gonna see a lot of the games here Buu has never even played before, or even heard of some of them. So don't get upset about this if your favorite game is not Buu's favorite game, okay? Buu not really have that much experience with Dragon Ball games, but we're gonna talk about what Buu like, alright? And leave a comment down below. What's your favorite game, and did Buu put it where you think it should go on the list? Tell Buu why, okay? Alright, let's get started. Let's see here. We have a lot of good games to choose from right off the bat. Here we go. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. This was one of the games that Buu played back when the PlayStation came out, and Budokai 3 was a really great game. Buu had Budokai 1, 2, and 3, and Buu played all of them and thought they were all very, very good. But Buu not want to start really crazy, giving old games really high ranks. So we're going to put this in B for right now, okay? And Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 is a very good game. It's probably not the best Budokai, but Buu liked it, okay? It was fun. All right, let's see what else we got down here. Supersonic Warriors. Surprise, Buu never played this game. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of those. Buu has heard of this one, and some people seem to like it, but Buu never played Supersonic Warriors. Here we have another one. This is on PS3. Buu gonna have to tell you guys that Buu never owned a PS3 or a PS4, so a lot of the really good Dragon Ball games that came out on those systems, some of them Buu never even heard their name before, okay? Buu only heard about some of these because the guys from Team 4-Star talk about them sometimes, okay? That's how Buu know about these games. Alright, here we have Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Hot take, Buu not like any of the Tenkaichi games. The controls never made any sense to Buu, and Buu couldn't even win a fight. So, unfortunately, the Tenkaichi games are gonna go down here. It's like, how do you move around the arena? How do you make movements? How do you attack? None of it made sense to Buu. So, Tenkaichi is out, unfortunately. Sorry for those of you who love Tenkaichi games. And here's Tenkaichi 2. Same problem. Nope. What even is that? Blazing Blast? Is that what that says? Never played it. Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans. Buu probably played this game. This game is that really old Game Boy Advance game, isn't it? Buu emulated that before. It's pretty fun for like a JRPG kind of a Dragon Ball game. Buu played that on the channel a long, long time ago. And it was alright. Kind of an unknown game. Buu liked JRPGs, so that's fun. What's this? Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Okay, Buu has heard of this, but never played it, okay? Super Dragon Ball Heroes is a no from Buu. Sorry about that. This is some Japanese game that Buu can't even see, so I definitely never played this. This is Dragon Ball Origins. Isn't that DS game that came out not too long ago, maybe 3DS game, which is about baby Goku running around and doing stuff? Supposedly it got really good reviews for being a side-scroller, but Buu's never played it. Raging Blast, also never played it. Tell Buu, do you like Raging Blast? Did you play that game? Buu's not familiar with it. Here's another Dragon Ball Heroes. That's another nope from Buu. Buu has only heard people talk about Shin... What does that say? Shin Budokai? Buu can't even see that. What does that say? Tell Buu about this game. Do you know this game? Do you like it? More Dragon Ball Heroes. Boy, the never played list is just growing and growing. Here's another Shin game. It looks like it could be fun. Alright, Dragon Ball Z Budokai, the original one. Buu played this game until Buu's fingers want to fall off, so that's definitely going to be A tier for Buu. Buu really loved this game. Buu would play it again if Buu had it, but unfortunately no more PS2. What do we got down here? Buu cannot click on the games because of that ad. Let's see, what's this? Here we go, Burst Limit. Yep, that'll be right down here in the second row if haven't played it before. Womp womp. Dokkan. Boo's familiar with Dokkan, never played it. That's a lot of you guys' favorite game apparently. Dokkan Battle, everybody loves it. Buu never played. Look at this, you guys. Xbox 360 Connect Dragon Ball Z. Buu didn't have a Connect, but as far as Buu know, there were no good games on Connect. So there you go. F tier, first one. Get the heck out of here. Okay. Dragon Ball Legends. Haven't played it. You can tell Buu if you like Legends or not. Tenkaichi Tag Team. Haven't played that. Okay, here we go. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22. This was on the PlayStation 1, wasn't it? Or something like that. Buu played this game before. It was not amazing as far as an arcade fighting game goes. It was really basic. If Buu had this to choose between this game or Street Fighter, Buu would choose Street Fighter. So we're going to go ahead and put that in C. It's not a horrible game, but it's not something that Buu would choose to play. Here we have a Dragon Ball GT game on Game Boy Advance. Buu did not play this game, but Buu saw it a lot. Boo's experience with Game Boy Dragon Ball games is bad. So Buu ignored this one on purpose because it seemed like it was going to be more Legacy of Goku stuff, and Buu was not about that. Here we have Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. Okay? Buu is of the opinion that Budokai 2 is one of the best Dragon Ball games that's ever made. So we're going to put that up there in A. That's a really great game. We may even move that up to S later. We'll see. What else have we got down here? Budokai Tenkaichi. The original one. That can go straight to D tier. Buu gonna assume that as they made more, they got better at it. So these guys can be higher than the first one. But that's where they're gonna sit. Alright, here we have Dragon Ball Z collectible card game. Never played it. It's gotta be an F. There's no way that was a good game. There's no way that was a good game. Just forget about it. What is this? Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Is this like a collection on the PS3? Buu just gonna assume that this is a collection and go ahead and put it in A because you can get all of the Budokai games. If Buu is wrong about that, tell Buu. Leave Buu a comment. Send Buu a message. Tell Buu. What is that? Is that a collection? All right, we're putting it there for now. All right. Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. Buu did not play. Legendary Super Warrior. It seems like that's something that Buu played, and Buu did not like it. So we're going to throw that in D tier. Here's Dragon Ball Z Sagas. Buu played this game. Buu played this game on the GameCube, and it was bad. Like, it was the first co-op Dragon Ball game that Buu ever played. It may be the only one, Buu not sure. But it was a bad game. We just sat there and laughed about how awful playing it was. But we finished it. It's very short. So, it's possible to play the game and have a good time. So Buu put it right here. Okay. It's a D tier game. Buu put it at the top of the D tier because it's a garbage game, but at least you can play it with your friend and have a halfway decent time. At least laughing about how bad it is. Here we go. Supersonic Warriors on the Game Boy Advance. Didn't play it. Alright, we got a Legacy of Goku game here. Hot take, F tier. Some of you guys really love Legacy of Goku, and that's fine. You can enjoy it as much as you want. But Buu felt like those games were really hard. Like, unnecessarily hard. You could not beat anybody without using a Game Shark to break the game and become invincible. How did you hit anybody in that game without dying? Buu did not enjoy the Legacy of Goku games. They were only fun if you cheated. And what game is fun if you cheat? That doesn't make any sense. Dragon Ball Taiketsu is another game that Buu has not played. Here's Buu's Fury. Buu's Fury was like the sequel to the Legacy of Goku series, and Buu skipped that one, but if it's a Legacy of Goku sequel, probably bad. We're gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and put it in never played, okay? Buu not want to make people angry for no reason, so there you go. Alright, next we've got Dragon Ball Xenoverse. The Xenoverse games were really good, okay? Not so much the first one as the second one. Is that what that says? Dragon Ball Xenoverse? Yes. So we're gonna put Xenoverse in A tier. And it's a really great RPG for Dragon Ball. Buu like RPGs. Buu like Dragon Ball games. So you put them together and it's good. The first one didn't look very good. It kind of looked a little bit bad. And there's that infamous level on Frieza's spaceship where you have to defeat all of the minions. And if you didn't grind hard enough to get your levels up, you couldn't do it. You have to defeat them all in like 20 minutes and it's just too hard. So there were some problems with the first one. Not that bad. Here we have Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2 is going straight up to the top. This is one of the best Dragon Ball games in Buu's opinion. You get to create your own character. Everything looks really good. Everything plays really good. You get to be whatever you want to be in Dragon Ball. And you get to play with all the different Dragon Ball characters. You can let them be your teachers. It was a really fun game. Buu still liked to play that game. Xenoverse 2 is up there. All-time great Dragon Ball game. Here we have Legacy of Goku. Bam! F tier. Bad game. Bad game. Alright, here we have Dragon Ball FighterZ. As far as arcade games go, Dragon Ball FighterZ is really good. Okay, like, even like just a fighting game in general, an arcade fighting game, they did it really well. It's not Buu's favorite. Buu probably put it below Budokai and Budokai 2, but it's a really good overall arcade fighter game, and it gets a solid A spot. Okay, very good game. We have a lot left to go through, and Buu need a drink. Hold on. Yummy. Alright, next game. Got some more Japanese games or Super Nintendo games that we never got in America. Here's Dragon Ball GT. Final bout. We're gonna put this game in C strictly for nostalgia reasons. As far as arcade games go, this was old, and it was very spoilery, and people would play this game and go, oh yeah, in Dragon Ball GT, Goku goes back in time, and he meets his granddaughter in the past, and just all kinds of nonsense. Do you remember the nonsense people would say? Frieza is alive again, and Goku goes back in time and goes to the past, and what are you even saying? So it was a really weird time to be a Dragon Ball fan because none of this stuff was available in America, just this game. And there was Super Saiyan 4 in this game and all kinds of weird stuff that we didn't know about or understand. And it was really fun to play, and it was really fun for like playground rumors and stuff. But it was a bad game. The characters in the game were 3D and they were blocky, and the pixels and the polygons were awful, and the game was actually really hard to play. And it was kind of like Virtua Fighter or one of those really old fighting games where the characters look like stick guys moving around, and then when you beat them, they kind of just do the worm onto the ground. It was a bad game. But it was fun in the time period, and trying to figure out what all this GT stuff was interesting back then. Alright, what's next? What is this game, you guys? Buu can't even see that. Buu can't recognize this game. Alright, it goes into the never played tier. Ultimate Tenkaichi, Buu never played. It's probably the best Tenkaichi game, but Buu didn't play it. Alright, here we have Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Do you guys guys like Kakarot? Boo have this game on Steam and Boo played it. And Boo's kind of upset with this game because it's sort of fun to play, but also Boo never got past Raditz because the beginning of the game expects you to grind so much or just be a god gamer. And Boo never got past Raditz because Boo didn't have the time to sit around and grind on stream. So the game is just sitting in Boo's Steam library collecting dust because the gameplay is not what it should be. Some people love this game. There was a whole bunch of DLC and people were really hype about it, but not Boo. And so, Boo gonna give it a C tier for what it could be, but if Boo was telling you what Boo really think, it would go lower. Alright, and here we go. The controversial one, Dragon Ball The Breakers. Dragon Ball The Breakers is a really bad game, you guys. It is a game that we play on the channel a lot. It's one of our staple games because, like Dragon Ball Z Sagas, it's one of the only cooperative Dragon Ball games that exist. There aren't other Dragon Ball games where you can play with your friends that does not involve you punching each other in the face. So we like to play this because we can play it together. We can either be the good guys together or we can be the bad guys and try to stop our friends. And it's a fun little, what do they call that? Asymmetrical game where you have one bad guy against several good guys. But the gameplay is bad, the visuals are bad, it breaks all the time. It's a very unbalanced game. When you start playing the game, everybody else who's playing is so much better than you, so you feel like an idiot and you feel like you suck, but actually it's just the game being incredibly unbalanced, and the barrier to entry is high because you start the game with no idea, but the people who are playing with you don't know you have no idea, so they just completely school you. And it's not fun at the beginning, it's hard. It's an uphill battle until you finally figure out how to play the game. So, it's not a good game. But because we play it so much and Boo like it, and it's the best collaborative co-op Dragon Ball game ever made, we're gonna give it a solid B tier. Yeah. Anything else in here? Looks like all of these games are from other regions, other languages. None of us have played these, or maybe you have, but Boo, now this one looks like Dragon Ball Revenge of King Piccolo on the Wii. Boo never heard of that before. The never played tier is full, so we're just gonna leave it how it is. Let's take a look up here. Yeah, we're gonna put Budokai 2 in S tier. We're gonna put Fighters at the top of A tier. Yeah, okay, that's basically gonna be Boo's tier list, okay? What do you think? Do you agree or disagree with Boo? So, yeah. These are Boo's favorite Dragon Ball games. This is what Boo thinks about these Dragon Ball games. And if you agree or disagree with Boo's opinions, be sure to let Boo know in the comments. Make sure you're nice, okay? If you're not nice, Boo will delete your comment. But you can have whatever opinion you want, okay? And, really quickly, this one goes right here. Bye-bye, Buu Beans!